make a 2 or 4 stage jump in your final ranking, and those final rankings really what all teams are here to be, and obviously all seeking at this stage to be ranked first. And we're away. Ball goes into the centre spot. Ren McCutcheon just slightly gets the better of Stern. Great Britain come forwards. This is the second game in this group for both of these teams. Both recorded a win yesterday. Name check the whole group, but that's the first shot. Really comes from Tanner McCutcheon, 9. Saved over the top. And that's Shane Fergally, goalkeeper for the Swiss, in goal. Makes his first save. That'll settle his nerves. Great Britain enjoying this first period. Had an attack, recycled it through a corner. They'll be happy with that. The Swiss defence working well. Red kayaks everywhere in there. Inside, Great Britain have McConvey and Mallon. 2 big, strong guys trying to find some space in the Swiss defence. So far, not so much. Mallon's made a little bit of space on the right. Can't be exploited. He's trying to get that back. You can see him working away. There's a little opening, but now Great Britain get the chance. That's Ren McCutcheon to his brother Shiv. Having to recycle. Shot clock comes down to 15. Something will have to happen here. All these players capable of taking a shot clock shot, but they do like to have a little bit of time. Prove the odds as best they can. That's Tanner McCutcheon. Gets one away and it's touched out for a corner, so that's a reset. Swiss defence doing well here, but they'd like a little turn of possession. There's 2 minutes gone and they pretty well not touched the ball. Really does settle the nerves once you can play in. Swiss set up as a 3-1 defence on this. GB ring the changes. Mallon substitutes on for the remaining brother. That's Kartik McCutcheon coming up the pitch. So all 4 brothers in play here. McConvey making up the 5th on the pitch. That's a fumble, little bit of nerves, some great chase on the front, and that's fantastic work from Stern. And he turns it over pretty much all on his own, and he releases his teammate. That's Shane Fergally. He has a look. That's the goalkeeper getting up there. It's a good sprint from him. He has a look at that open goal, and it's just too tempting for him. Pops it over the top. So the first possession for Switzerland results in a fast break, but it's thrown wide. Goalkeeper's covered a lot of ground, but he is back in his goal. Just interesting to note that that's covered by Stern when he's not there. Hard drive going on to the GB right, Kartik McCutcheon, and he creates a space that's taken by Lowthorpe. Didn't see him subbing in. A lot going on, but both teams ringing the changes, trying to keep players fresh. You must never let yourself get fully blown in these games. Importance of the squad system in polo, so intense. Some of the very big men, very fit, but if they have to play a full 20 minutes, it takes a lot out. If you can keep ringing some little subs and getting 30 seconds or a minute's rest here and there, you can play through the whole game much, much easier. That's Lowthorpe, big hitter, but pretty comfortably pulled down. Many of the Swiss players playing in the German Bundesliga, Lowthorpe's played there. Those of you more familiar with polo will realise that in Europe that's a premium league, really. Shiv McCutcheon recycles out to Lowthorpe. Honours even at this stage. It's a biggish group. Group P, 6 teams in it. So both teams have 1 win. Second win would look good on the roster. Neither team really wanting a draw at this stage. Far too early to tell how the group's going to shape up all over. Half-time give you a bit of an update on where it's at. But Great Britain shooting and getting resets. Just 4 minutes gone, but just that 1 break chance for the Swiss. Other than that, they've been pretty much under the cosh. But no product for Great Britain. Really, with this level of possession, they'd be hoping they'd have got something out of it so far. But the Swiss defence has been superb. Really has been solid. And again, I think that's partly the defences, but also Shane Fergally in the goals had to make a few saves, and so far he's not really been troubled. I'd say he looks pretty cool with that. GB just recycling, bringing the changes. Lowthorpe goes off. Happy to take a few seconds off the clock here, GB, while they get the subs, see who they bring back on. That's Tanner McCutcheon, he's taking a break. And so this back line, three of the brothers, Shiv, Ren and Tanner across the back line, looking for a gap in. Kartik's working way inside for them, along with McConvey, and that looked like that was one of the better chances, but just once again, Shane Fergley gets a paddle to it and tips it out. And it's the Swiss turn to bring some changes defensively. They're working so hard in that line to try and keep it tight. Great Britain trying to move them out of the way, and the Swiss just matching them. So far, I would say there's been no real winner in that battle, but it's been tough. And you can see GB swinging some changes. Hammond coming on for the first time to do his shift in that front. Working hard. Fresh arms. Very hard work for these players. Don't seem to cover much ground. They don't cover a great deal of distance, but the power and effort that's going into that jostle in the 6 metre area is enormous. And that's the finish. That's what they've been working for, and that falls to Tanner McCutcheon. He scores first. 6 minutes gone, roughly. GB opened the account. They've had most of the possession, almost all of it, in that period. They really had to get something there. If they'd come away from that and maybe the Swiss had scored first, that would have been pretty bleak. But 6 minutes, 1 goal, they're odds they'll take, because that lead is precious. Now, the British defence's turn to show what it can do. It's going to be tested for sure. Some big hitters in the Swiss team, as there is in every team at this level now. Just for the record, Great Britain currently ranked 4th in the world. And the Swiss 9th, so top 10 teams, both of them. That's well done by both teams. Shane Fergley been a big player for the Swiss so far. Goalkeeping, first breaking shot, and that shot there, but pulled down by the British defence. Corner ball. So this is the first sustained period of possession that the Swiss have had, and I know Britain are coming out looking to chase this and make it hard. That's Ren McCutcheon putting Fergley under pressure. Heavy pressure as well. Great Britain chasing out. Wasn't expecting that when they had a 1-goal lead, but nice to see. Bit aggressive and fancy play, something a little bit different. Love to see it. Great Britain here, managing to draw a foul in the defence. Rugeley not happy about that. Feels he was hard done by. Going to have to put up with it. So 2:40 on the clock. Great Britain, 1 goal to the good, and they have possession. Aggressive chasing defence. Ren McCutcheon managing to just create the loose pass that actually led to that turnover. And Great Britain stream forwards again. It was out of the hands. Goes out for a corner. Again's defensive substitutions for Switzerland. Kubler comes on, working hard against Hammond. See them on this side, working away. Don't cover much ground, but at that point, hard to see who's getting the better of that tussle, but there's certainly a lot of energy being expended. Trying to create something on this side close to us for Ren McCutcheon. I think Hammond there. If he can get Kubler out of the way. No, Kubler's got back on the boss of that, so it swings across to the right. That's Lowthorpe again. These changes coming quickly. Subs pinging in and out for both teams. Yep, and again defensively on the far side. Another substitution brings Radak into play. This is great, and that's good work on the front. That could have been so easily a turnover by Stern, but couldn't quite control it. And Great Britain will breathe a sigh of relief there. They nearly lost it. That's a couple of good plays Stern's made on the front. Sometimes those players feel a bit isolated, not much they can do, but he's had a good game so far. And this is Tanner McCutcheon again, cuts it inside to Hammond. Hammond shoots. It's a lovely inside pass, but I think the angle's just working slightly against him there. Boat facing away, and it's a corner. Keeps the clock resetting. We're on 1 minute. So the shot clock from Great Britain. Lowthorpe subs again. These changes coming thick and fast. This is Mallon back on. Into the defence, going to work the right. Right or left, your guess as good as mine at this stage. We'll try and see which way it comes. Swiss will be trying to work it out. Just 40 seconds or 35 seconds now left in the half. Great Britain, shot clock and game clock the same, looking to one shot this, probably 15 seconds, 12 from the end. Quite definitely a set play coming here. The Hammond has come out, and now he's going across to the other side. Does this mean it's all coming on the right for Great Britain, the left for the Swiss? We will see. Looks like it. Unless there's some sort of dummy going on and they swing it back to the left. It really doesn't look like it. It looks like this is a full-on trick, full-on drive at the right-hand side. But no. Oh, couldn't return it to Tanner. It was a trick. It was to try and draw all the Swiss over to one side and bring it back to the other. But the clock runs out. So, tactically fascinating. Subs coming thick and fast. Interesting game. Vast majority of the possession to Great Britain. Swiss showing they've got plenty when they did have their period of attack, and two good chances. That break maybe for an open goal. The best Swiss chance that fell to Shane Fergally in the early part of the half. But it's Great Britain 1, Switzerland 0. We'll very quickly name check our main sponsors. We have obviously organisation, the International Canoe Federation, China Canoe Association, in cooperation with Huzhou City and Deqing County. Their organisational skills, their political will and their ability to bring the event to China, absolutely phenomenal. And Yupin Sports, global sponsor for Canoe Polo, Grocon Group, Latour Group and Kalas Clothing, all direct sponsors of this event, for which we're very grateful, as well as to all the army of Chinese volunteers manning the table, line judging and generally hosting us, and of course the fantastic Chinese media crew who are providing these images for us, live editing. Wouldn't like to try and guess how many of them there are. Red high-vis vests everywhere, identifying them. And to my other friends in commentary for their time and effort, I'm Curly Barker. We have a good team of 8 English-speaking commentators here covering all of the matches on every pitch. And as we swing to the teams by production, we'll name-check them. But if we don't get there, it will be on our left. And we've met them already. But on our left, we have the Great Britain men's team with the white buoyancy vest distinguishing these two teams. And we have number 1, Kartik McCutcheon. Number 2, the captain, Ren McCutcheon. Number 4, Lowthorpe. Number 5, Mallon. Number 6, Shiv McCutcheon. Number 7, Hammond. Number 8, McConvey. And number 9, Tanner McCutcheon. And for the Swiss, we have in the red buoyancy vest, number 1, the captain, Hug. Number 2, Shane Fergally. Number 3, Stern. Number 4, Kubler. Number 5, Radak. Number 6, Schob. Number 7, Rugli. Number 8, Levo Fergally. And in this group, both teams have won one. The other teams in this group, for your information, France, Italy, Spain and Belgium. Great Britain beat Italy yesterday epically by 1 goal, and the Swiss beat the Spanish men in one of the surprises of the day by 3 goals. And so these two teams, as I say, both on 1 win in the group, each of them looking for their second. At this stage, the top 2 teams in this group will progress to the semi-final. So unless you're top 2 in the group, the chance of a podium finish is gone. 3rd and 4th go to a playoff round between 5th and 8th, and so on and going down. So 5th and 6th will end up playing between 9th and 12th. So, as I say, these group games very important. Referee Phil Ross calling the teams to order. We're ready. They're ready. I'm sure you're ready at home. Thank you for your subscription to this. Pretty much I think this game is the kind of game that we've subscribed to watch. Superb, close, tight, 2 top 10 nations. Ren McCutcheon there slightly behind but gets the ball. Stern loses out for the second time. Margins very, very fine. And here we go again, 3-1 Swiss defence. Absolute classic, working well. At the moment, McConvey on the far side to us, driving hard. Lowthorpe comes in behind. Big, strong, big hitter, hard and low. Wasn't sure whether that was the keeper or the defender, but brought down. Great Britain recover. This was pretty much the pattern of the first half. They won't mind if the pattern of the second is the same. The Swiss have got to change something, maybe with that open goal shot going in, maybe a little bit more possession for them. Certainly spent most of their time showing off their defensive skills, the Swiss. And much as there were impressive skills there, not the skills. That was McConvey, that really needed pulling out. That was a great save from Shane Fergally, because McConvey, that was going hard and low. He was in close and tight, but Fergley good for it. First minute gone. 1 goal lead. Nervy. Beautiful to have if you've got it. Worrying if you haven't. But it is just the 1 goal. It can be changed over in a second or two. Lowthorpe away, facing away from the goal. Quick word with Shiv McCutcheon. Which way are we doing this? And the rolling forwards, Ren McCutcheon back to Shiv. Has a big arm finish on him, but Great Britain be very flat there if he took that option. Again, I just draw your attention to the work rate. Mallingham and Convey inside that Swiss line. Just name check who they are of our Swiss friends there, but we have the captain Hug, Kubler, and Levo Fergley, and on the front, as I say, had a good game so far. Stern turning the ball over, not just blocking runs, but actually getting to it, and there he proves it again. That's the 3rd time at least he's done exactly that, and that is not easy. Players very alert to that kind of block. This is great work again from Lowthorpe, just slowing things down, making it hard for the Swiss, completely destroying any chance they had of a fast break, and that's a lone wolf. But I just do want to praise what Stern's done there. Plucking that ball out pretty much on your own. You're isolated there. The primary job to stop the runners, but if you can win the ball back, that's a bonus. But you don't get to do it 3 or 4 times in this far into a game. He's been brilliant. Big game for him, and obviously in the goal for them, Shane Fergley. 2 Swiss players of the match for me so far. It's a good shot, good angle. It's going as a goal line throw. I think it must have bounced off a Swiss boat. Referee Sean Downs on this side, quite certain. I'm very sure that's what happened. It was definitely a British paddle. It came down, and I think it then must have touched off a Swiss boat. So that is the rub of the green, as we might say in English, but that's a bit of good fortune for Great Britain. By all rights, that should have been a Swiss corner, but just a little bounce off a boat, and no. GB get possession. Could that be a crucial moment? Ren McCutcheon looking, he's shown too much of that. And once again, that's fantastic again. Stern, great game he's had. Whatever the outcome of this, Stern himself has had a fantastic game. Swiss managed to get a break together. It's fast, and now it's Stern again. Can't stop saying the man's name. Big long looping ball over to the keeper, Shane Fergley. He's having a look. Oh, and he finds it. That's Shane Fergley. 4 minutes in the half gone, he ties it. 6 minutes remaining. Great Britain have enjoyed that 1 goal lead for quite a while, but it's gone now. Have to put that behind them and get on. Have the Swiss turn the momentum of the game. The ebb and flow of these games can shift and change on one thing. They'll be hoping to reply quickly, Great Britain. It's often easy to concede a goal straight after you've scored one. The Swiss mustn't fall for that, and I'm sure they know it. That's a big shot from Tanner McCutcheon. Stern subbed out for the first time as far as I can recall. He's been replaced on the front by Shobe. He's got some good tough act to follow. Swiss crowd getting behind this now, and well they might. That was a lovely goal. But that in reply, as I say, as Tanner McCutcheon cuts inside, scores it. Not an immediate reply, but pretty quick. So easy for teams to concede. They bring a few changes, and that's just changed the balance slightly for that Swiss defence, and suddenly Tanner McCutcheon had space inside and exploited it. The younger of the brothers, Tanner, they do use him as a scoring weapon. He likes a shot. Probably fair to say most young men do like a shot. And now Stern's back on. He's had a brief moment off, and in that brief moment, GB have scored and restored their lead. Stern caught without his paddles. He's a long way from them as well. I don't think Great Britain have noticed, or they might be hurrying this up. Stern's recovered his paddle. Be back into his defensive position. I'm very sure about that. Yeah, no harm done, but he was a long way from his paddle. Stern took him a moment or two to get it back, but almost deliberately, look, the British team waited for him to recover it and get back. I'm sure it wasn't, but now 4 minutes. The Swiss must know they're going to have to do something here. Great Britain will be looking for shot reset. Anything they can do at this point, but 10 going to need to get a shot away. Calling out, Shiv McCutcheon thinks it's time to set something up. Very tight for time. Drogo goes to Lowthorpe and he fires one up. It gets the reset. Who's going to recover that? It's the Swiss. That's a great pickup for them. Didn't see who made it. It was just too much traffic in there. Yeah, I think it was Rugli. That could have really gone either way. The big shot rebounded, but didn't quite rebound far enough for Great Britain. Dropped down into the defensive positions of the Swiss. Rugli gratefully picked it up, I'm sure, because this keeps them in the game. Time clock would have been working against them very quickly, but with 3 minutes to go, plenty of time for them to score while they've got the ball. Fergley and Stern outside having a chat there, joined by Rugli. These players are going to have to craft something, and they talk across. Swiss crowd getting a chant going. And that chance falls to Rugli, but he can't make it happen. Does get a reset, though. That's the important thing. They have to keep possession here, the Swiss. If Great Britain get it now, they'll start to shut out the game. They'll have a strategy for that, absolutely no doubt, because this game is going to be tight. No matter which way it goes, there's no runaway victory for either of them here. Tough old middle groups, they always are. All the teams have had to come top 3 in their earlier group to qualify, so you don't get anybody who's a pushover, and we're certainly seeing that here. Fergley having a look. Again, it's the same names. Shane Fergley and Stern really bossing the game for the Swiss here. They both had a superb game, and that's I was about to say that was a drop, but it wasn't. He managed to recover it. That heart will be pumping away in Rugli's chest. If that had gone, I can tell you now that Lowthorpe was ready to be sprinting out. Rugli, he's back on the ball. Shot clock down to 15. It'll have to come from the Swiss. Fergley and Stern, why not? He returns it to Fergley for the shot. Passes inside. That's a crucial save for Great Britain, because 143, that would have hurt. It goes as a corner. Lowthorpe saying he thought it wasn't, but I'm pretty sure everyone else on the pitch thought it was. And sure enough, to make my life easy, Stern comes over to take it. These players. Oh, that's huge. I do believe that shot had actually beaten the British keeper, but it bounces off the bar and out for a sideline throw. That's going to hurt. That's a crucial piece of timing. Great Britain take it, goes to Shiv McCutcheon. The Swiss go back to a defensive position with only a minute on the clock. I'm a bit surprised here. They have to realise that Great Britain are going to scrub all but 10 seconds off the game. They're going to have to do something. The Swiss arguing with their coach about tactically what to do. Great Britain pretty much spectators to that. And here come the Swiss. Coach has told them, or so they've decided. I couldn't say who was arguing for it, but here they come. And Tanner McCutcheon's held on to that for a bit too long. He's come under pressure, of course, from Stern, and he's in trouble. Ren McCutcheon comes to help out. But this is massive pressure from the Swiss. They're doing brilliantly well here. But Great Britain have made the little bit of space. 15 seconds on the British shot clock. How's this going to work? That won't be a turnover. There won't be a reset for that little touch on the Swiss paddle. Great Britain in shot clock trouble. Ball drops to Kartik McCutcheon. Shiv McCutcheon, 4 on the shot. That's away as a shot, I think. Hasn't reset. That's a bit harsh. Shot clock team judging it as a... Yeah, shot clock team had judged that attempt as a shot, reset the clock, left it to Great Britain. That's a fantastic win. That is tight.